What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I generally stay away from kind of talking about crowdfunders and things of that nature, not because I don't want to support certain things, but because it's usually kind of like risky. I don't want to open up my viewers to something where I think, oh, they're not going to get what they were promised, and you know, I'm nervous about that. But in this particular case, I have absolutely zero concern, and I think it's worth pointing out what a massive success Eric July has put together. If you don't follow his content, he covers a lot of the similar things I do. He has a much deeper knowledge in terms of comic books, and he's gone out there and launched essentially his own multiverse called the Rippaverse, which right now, in I believe, one day, has sold $1 million in comics. $1,013,620 in like a day or two. Absolutely amazing. And some of the things he talks about in you know, his, how do I say, his unique selling proposition, for example, is, you know, caring about lore, caring about his customers. There's a lot of the core tenets that, you know, Coffee Brand Coffee cares about. I'm not close with Eric. We've talked a few times here and there. We were going to meet up when I was down at the Blaze. It never happened. It was not a big deal. I got sick, so I had to leave early. But he's absolutely smashing it. Eric July breaks the bank with the launch of his new comic book. It's in the Rippaverse, which is I don't even know how to say that. Isom? Crowdfunding world was upended today as Eric July launched his first book in the Rippaverse series, Isom 1, on his own website. The crowdfund site is complete with different packages, features similar to Kickstarter Indiegogo campaign, but all through his own infrastructure. So he didn't even use Indiegogo or GoFundMe, which is great because they take a cut. So he gets to maximize that going forward. Eric July bucked the trends of the most comic crowdfunders by creating the platform where he could not get banned, evading problems other conservative content creators have had on crowdfunding websites. July has been promising his Rippaverse comics for months, talking about his project on various live streams, promoting the launch. Over that period, he reportedly collected more than 20,000 email signups for notification on project, fans showing incredible amounts of interest in his work. Getting started as a rapper, July moved to his cultural commentary back in 2015, making his videos about economy, racism, and much more. From a libertarian perspective, his opinion soon drew the eye of Glenn Beck's The Blaze, where July became a contributor. This is via Bounding into Comics, by the way. Quote, I'm trying to get people thinking more critically about things, get your minds going, and be able to see right through all of it, he stated back to the Dallas Observer. He's also grown a YouTube channel of nearly 500,000 subscribers, putting him in the top tier of YouTube commentators on culture. He's kept his focus on comic books and comic book movies, and is an enthusiast in geek culture, one of many who is upset with the way that Disney and Warner Brothers have turned beloved properties into identity politics rants. Faced with companies that won't listen to the fans or critics, Eric July set out to create his own superhero universe as a counterpunch to liberal corporate entertainment. The Rippaverse website was unveiled a full day before the pre-orders for Isom went live, with videos of his mission statement for the book, as well as a welcome to the Rippaverse, explaining the bigger picture of where it is will fit in his overall vision. The liner is done by DC veteran Cliff Richards, Gabe Altabe, beloved for criticizing DC Comics over the removal of the slogan "Truth, Justice, and the American Way" from Superman. Does the coloring work. Fans reacted with an outpouring of support for the Rippaverse, with more than 8,000 backers and $800,000 raised in the very first day. July has been live streaming all day for the event, holding over 3,000 viewers while talking about the book and the future of the Rippaverse. Independent creators in the industry and fans voiced their praise for July's efforts, making Isom one of the most lauded independent comic launches in history. Legendary Green Lantern artist Ethan Van Sciver tweeted about the project, "Whoa, Just woke up, so I missed the initial launch with 20% of his pre-signed up backers in. We're looking at 500,000 in pre-shares. Eric July's easily taking that 3 million now. The sky's the limit from there. Sincere congrats, Ripa. You will be number one in hours. Ethan Van Sciver has run some extraordinarily well-performing campaigns himself, many in the several $100,000. You see Renzo Rodriguez from Impossible Stars writes, comics made by people who really love and understand comics. Best deal ever. Congrats to Eric July. Everyone on the team. It looks amazing. Was such an outpouring of support. The first book is fast on its way to becoming the most successful crowdfunded comic of all time. An incredible feat for someone not using Kickstarter or Indiegogo as a platform, but directing viewers to his own website. As of publishing, it has 952,000. We now know it's over 1 million. July's work is shaking up the comic book industry. I would think it absolutely is. You can see a lot of the art, by the way, depicted in this video. Looks more like traditional comics. Like the people look like, you know, they're supposed to. Superheroes are ripped. You know, they're not soy infused weaklings. What's really interesting about the Ripaverse too is that Eric July, you may not know this, you may be shocked to know this, but he is a black man who created a black superhero without gender bending and race bending an existing one. He did the work to create his own thing, and that's why it's so important.
Isom issue number 1 is the first book released through Ripaverse Publishing, which makes it extremely significant. Though this is Isom's self-titled book, it also serves as a launching pad for our entire universe. This 96-pager was written by myself, Eric July. The pencil and ink work was done by the great Cliff Richards, and the color work was done by Gabe El-Taib, 2 comic book veterans. This book is part 1 of the ill-advised arc, and it follows Avery Silman, who lives right outside of Flores Park, Texas, the place where he was born and raised. Now, Avery is what is known as an accept, which is what common folk in this area call special people. Years ago, shortly after he got his abilities, Avery decided to become a hero of sorts and adopted the moniker Isom. But a certain event had him come to the realization that this life wasn't for him. So now he lives on his own ranch outside of the big city. One day, Avery gets a call from his sister Altona. She wants him to visit his old buddy because a family friend that interned at her company, Projexis, has gone missing. That old friend is Darren Fontano, and apparently he has some connection to his family friend. Fontano has much changed since he was kicking it with Avery when they were, you know, wee lads.
Now, I'm not going to spoil everything, but, and obviously, you know, it says, you know, I'm blown away. I'm so happy for him. So proud of the kind of independent comic books industry. If you've been following, you know, really where mainstream comics have gone or fallen to, it's sad. They take, you know, you get these kind of young entry-level comic book people who can't draw, who are obsessed with self-inserting, and they're not really interested in the books. They're interested in taking a character that you love or you did love and making it political, making you hate them. In fact, sometimes going to the level of where the character hates you. You know, that you need only see the way a lot of these people interact with their own fans on Twitter. They get beloved characters, beloved franchises, and they throw them in the garbage. They had, you know, a literal communist running the G.I. Joe books. I mean, you think I'm making that up? I'm not kidding you. His name's Aubrey Sitterson. He lost it, of course. Now he does a book called Beef Bros, which is actually looks pretty funny. But you know, he won't be getting any of my money. But you know, you have a lot of people in this industry who hate their customers, and it seems like what the Rippaverse is doing, and something that really, really, really resonates with me, is taking care of their customers first and foremost, staying true to the canon, staying true to the lore. I wish them all the best. I'm definitely picking up a copy. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to get. I'll leave a link. You can go to rippaverse.com. Obviously, he didn't pay me for this or anything like that, but you know, real recognize real. I've got to show respect where it's deserved, and hopefully he'll turn this 1 million into 2 and start to build a real competition in the comic book industry. I hope you enjoyed this video. Congrats, Eric, July, and we'll talk to you again real soon.